Hey everybody, welcome to La Cocina de Tavo. Today I'm making mole. This is such a fun recipe. It does take a while, about 2 hours or so, but like I said, it's fun. So I have the whole recipe down in the description box, and I went ahead and did this recipe, changed some bits on my own from the other recipes, but what we're going to do is use some chicken thighs, and I'm adding some chicken bouillon here, bay leaves, black peppercorns, and I have about 8 chicken thighs here with the skin on, and I'm gonna let this come up to temp boil, and then put it on low heat, let it simmer for about 45 minutes. And I have another way of cooking chicken thighs, and I'll show you that a little bit later. Alright, so first step, what we're going to do, I'm gonna toast some cinnamon sticks. I have here a big, just one cinnamon stick. I'm gonna use a little bit of ginger that I peeled, and then also some garlic cloves. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and toast this up, also with a half of an onion. I used a large white onion. Alright, so go ahead and toast this up and let it brown up, and we're gonna move on to the next process. Alright, so once the onion is nice and dark, which takes the longest, we'll take it out with the rest of the ingredients. Now we're going to add some black peppercorn, some allspice, also some oregano, and we're gonna put some sesame seeds. Alright, so we're gonna go and toast this. So this took me about like 5 minutes. Alright, so now we're going to toast the dry chilies. This is what makes one of the parts that makes the mole negro, meaning negro means black. Alright, so black mole. You can toast this until these are really charred and black and really kind of like charcoal looking. You know what I mean, like flakes and stuff like that. Or you can just do it, just flash toast them just like for a few seconds or so. I went to they were close to a little bit dark, and then just went ahead and stopped. So here's the last part that makes the mole black. You're going to save the seeds from the dry chilies that you pulled out, and you're gonna toast them up really black or dark, into the really like charcoal looking. You can even use a blowtorch. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, now that you toasted all those ingredients, you're going to put them aside, and I'm going to bring out my clay pot here, and I'm going to melt down 3 tablespoons of lard. You can use oil if you want, but we're going to fry some ingredients here. First, we're going to fry a plantain, some tomatillos, and also some Roma tomatoes. All right, so after 5 minutes of frying all these ingredients, I'm gonna take them out, and we're gonna move on to the next step. All right, so next up, in the same lard, I'm going to toast up some semita bread. This semita bread originated from Puebla, the state of Puebla in Mexico. This is similar to a brioche, so if you can find a brioche, that'll be fine. If not, you can use about like a quarter of a baguette. That should be perfect as well. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and toast these up, and this is going to kind of thicken up the sauce a little bit too. Alright, so these chicken thighs are done. So it's been about 45 minutes. We're just gonna go ahead and turn off the heat. Alright, so now we're going to start blending all these ingredients, and you have to watch very, very closely and listen to me closely. So we're just gonna put all the toasted ingredients here, not the bread but the other stuff that I put on the comal, and we're gonna go ahead and pulse this up here in the mixer. Okay, now we're going to add the plantain and tomatoes that we fried up, and some of the dried chilies. And I forgot to mention, these dried chilies I had in a bowl with hot water, and they're just kind of like loosened up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this. I have a Vitamix, so this is a really good blender. If you have just like a regular blender, just go ahead and keep adding some of the chicken stock onto this until your blender likes it. And then if it gets full, just put it aside to a big bowl and just keep blending all these ingredients. Now I'm going to put some peanuts. All right, so we're gonna add some peanuts, and we're gonna go ahead and put the onion, and also what goes in here is raisins. All right, so you're gonna put some raisins here as well. So we're just gonna start blending all these ingredients up. Also, the peanuts that I got are unsalted. They're just roasted regular peanuts with no salt. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put that. So next I'm going to add here 1 bar of Mexican chocolate. I'll show you what the wrapper looks like here. You can find them in most grocery stores have this, and I'm going to show you what the plantain looks like. This is not just like a regular banana. This is a big plantain, mostly used like in Central America and South America, also like Lower Mexico. So we're gonna go ahead and use that. We're gonna blend this up with some of the chicken stock, and then we're gonna put that aside, and then I'm gonna pour in a little bit more chicken stock, and then some of the I'm gonna put the bread that I toasted up as well. So we're gonna go ahead and blend all this up. Again, you can pour everything into a bowl, you know, whatever your mixer can handle. All right, so this is what it should look like. It's very thick. We're gonna go ahead and we're not done here yet. We're still gonna go ahead and cook this. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this aside for now, and I'm gonna show you the next step on how I cook a chicken. I'm going to get my cast iron pot. I'm gonna put a couple tablespoons of lard, and I'm just gonna go ahead and sear this chicken. I'm gonna sear this chicken for about 4 minutes per side. I'm gonna put in the oven. Once you flip it, for 20 minutes on 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we'll take it out, let it rest. All right, so we're almost done. While those chicken thighs are cooking in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and just add the mole that we made onto the clay pot that I'm using here. You can use any pot, of course, but it has a little bit of lard left over from when we fried up the other ingredients, and we're just gonna let this cook on like medium low heat to low heat. Just be stirring it as much as you can, and then adding some of the chicken broth as well, because you don't want it too thick. You want it just right. So just keep putting one ladle at a time, and then just so you get the right texture that you want. Alright, so here you can also taste it and see how it is on salt. For me, I had to put just about a tablespoon of salt, but remember there's chicken bouillon in the stock, so it's up to you. Just go ahead and taste until you get the right amount of salt that you want. Alright everybody, we're done. We're finally done. This mole came out amazing. You have to try this. Trust me, it's tons of fun. So much flavor. This is the best mole I freaking ever had ever. You gotta try this, trust me. And I need to give a shout out to the guy that wanted me to make this. He recommended this recipe. His name is L2 the C1. He has like an Altuve face on his avatar, man. You know I don't like the freaking Houston Astros. I'm a Dodgers fan. But anyways, I'll give you a shout out. Here it is. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.